think high quality, but more than anything else, the way we do business. So the business is headlined under 4 tenets, all begin with I. And we want to live and breathe those tenets because we believe that by living them out in the way we behave and the way we conduct business, it gives a great experience to those who work with us and the clients that we're privileged to serve. So innovative is just about always looking for ways to enhance the client experience. It isn't necessarily all IT, it helps, but it's about, can we do things better that make it easier for the client? Incisive is about making decisions quickly in a non-bureaucratic organisation and being responsive and agile to changes that happen. If I reflect on the 21 years, the way in which learning is delivered now compared to when we first started, fundamentally classroom-based, face-to-face, the advent of digital, remote, virtual, really pertinent right now, is something that has changed, and we've had to change with it. Our markets have changed and the demands have changed. So incisive is about being quick, making good decisions, and responding quickly. Inspiring is about representing your client and your customer as if you were actually their key ambassador for their business. So if we are deploying associates or working with a client to create solutions to help their staff, we want to be seen and viewed by our clients as actually their best advocate, their best ambassador, to represent them to the highest of their expectations, so to inspire. And then the most important of them all is integrity. So in terms of the way you do your business, the most important thing, when you don't have integrity, you don't have anything. So to do things honestly, with transparency, openly, to be straight, to work in a way that people genuinely, palpably feel is ethical, responsible, supportive, and above all else, just feels in every strand that it's a company who value integrity above everything else. Yeah, we've had some fantastic moments in the history of the business. I think our first major breakthrough as a consulting business was with Barclays Bank, and we deployed a number of our associates to help them with the development of part of their sales force. We had a fantastic breakthrough a year or so later with Bradford and Bingley, and I have to say a big thank you to Matthew Jackson at Bradford and Bingley at the time for showing his trust in DSW as a business, because it was a huge project for us. At that time, I think we had 30 to 40 of our associates working in a regulatory, if I can say it properly, a situation where we were assessing the suitability of previous endowment sales. That was huge. I think the one that we would be most recognised for, I suppose, is our fantastic relationship with Santander. So in 2009, we went through a tendering process and we were awarded the exclusive partnership arrangement to supply Santander, Banco Santander now, with the L&D support talent as and when required. And they'd always operated then fairly lean in terms of their full-time employee headcount, and came to us for a variety, multitude of roles in different scenarios, covering all of the areas of the business. So I have to thank Rob Ashcroft, who's currently leading that business, who was around the very first time that we spoke with Santander. And I also have to thank Anita Byrne, Ian Gallagher, Mark Hayes, and John Milner in particular, because that group of people have been there working with us since the outset. So 13 years on, we're still working with Santander, and we've seen that whole transformation of the business to what its goal is, to become a digital bank now. So that's a fantastic success story for us. A couple of others that spring to mind, and I may forget some along the way, it's just an age thing. So we were selected to partner with Royal Bank of Scotland, RBS, to deliver what was then the largest regulatory-led training programme in the UK. We deployed about 130 of our associates on that particular project. It was a massive project, and it's one that was a logistical challenge, but we deployed those people in a period of 4 weeks. So to get the nod from RBS, and then to be able to mobilise from our talent pool the roles that were required in the time that was required, and then deliver. We also went up to do the train the trainer in the Etihad Stadium, which was particularly nice for me at the time, and that was a great experience. So we've had that opportunity, and then other notable ones, two more that spring to mind. We worked with Lloyds Banking Group on a project called Chestnut, which in effect helped them transform the role of what was a wealth manager and a private banker, which were individual isolated roles, into one. Big challenge, that big project, and one that we thoroughly enjoyed. Really hard work for everybody involved, but we came out the other end with a fantastic result for the business and the clients of the business. And then the one I mentioned briefly earlier when we did the project for KBL European Bankers. Cecile Sternom, wonderful lady in L&D, was advocating DSW through the selection process. That was endorsed by Carlo Friol, the CEO at the time. And we worked across, I think, seven cities across Europe, 7 different brands of the organisation that we worked for, delivering the training that was our IP that we'd written for the private bankers, and delivered it in their native languages as well. I think there were 6 languages involved too. So those would be some of the significant successes, and forgive me if I've forgotten anybody else or any of the major project along the way, but they spring to mind.